All right, hi guys. I'm here by myself. Quentin's at work. I decided to, just do a video and talk to you guys, to whoever listens to the video. Um, I'm just here writing some notes. Really connecting with God intimately over some notes, and I just wrote down the 2 verses in English and in Spanish, because you do not want to forget the Spanish whenever you're Mexican and being here in America. But I was reading the Psalms chapter 1, verse 3, and it said, "He shall be planted by the streams of water that bringeth forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also does not wither, and whose whatsoever he doeth shall prosper." And out of many of the verses I love, I truly love that one. And I'm just eating some yogurt that I got from work, and I put some honey in it. If you ever go to Starbucks, or if you ever go to healthy places, this is like healthy, and I don't even know if Walmart has it, but put 2 honeys in it, or put how much ever honey you want, and it actually makes it more sweeter. It's super good. But and I also brought out my books, because I've been reading this book. It's called Trapped in Hitler's Hell, and it's about a young Jewish girl that discovers the faith of God in Jesus Christ, which is the best thing that anyone can do. And then I brought everything out of my notebook, and I brought out this book that my coworker Megan gave me, which is so awesome. But me and Quinta have been reading it together, so might read a little bit of it because it's a good book. And I've just been so into reading now. Mainly Christian-based books only, to be honest. You can't really go wrong with... You can't really just, ever be like, oh, this is too much of Jesus, You always, go more and more and more. There's just can't ever just, it's, overflowing, and there's, you can't ever say, this is enough with God. And I think that that's the most amazing thing. And this is what I try to do in my spare time. I know sometimes I fall short. I feel so guilty whenever, I'm on media for so long, and I was, I'm really falling short on God, this and that. But, we have such a graceful God, and, man, he's awesome. I read some of my notes to you guys, because I love writing notes and, getting into God. But I was just writing some notes with, some questions, and, that really make your mind think, and which I like, because I tend to ask myself these questions, and I write it down, I can just have there, and all that. But, I asked, the main titled question was, are we still in love with him, which is God? It says, how far have we gone with this world? No, it's not the world giving you blessing. We're denying God and putting him aside. But he isn't phased. He will find somebody else. And I think some people, get confused and, take advantage of God, because they just think, he's always going to be there. And, it shouldn't be like that, If you want to go and not serve God and be lukewarm or be completely hot, God will find somebody else. And that's why Pastor said this in our Power Up service. We have Monday afternoons Power Up, instead of the typical churches have Wednesday services, but I think it's because we ran out the church. I don't know. And then we have Sunday afternoon services, but yeah. The Power Up is mainly for leaders and stuff, but anybody's welcomed, which I think is even better. But he was mentioning, that God, we don't find the riches and the money, this and that. He said, the one that gives the riches is God. He said, like, it was like, it just, like, I remember so perfectly in my mind, but I'm trying to put it out in words, the way he said it. So I'm not really quoting him, but it's like what he said. But God doesn't prosper the rich because he's the one that is the riches and the goods at the end of the trail, Like, I'm trying to make y'all understand this because I'm not going to explain it word for word because I do not remember it word for word. But he's the one that blesses us at the end of the road with his own riches, because he has it to be that he's the blessing, not the man. And that's a big problem nowadays. People receive blessings and they're like, oh man, so and so blessed us, like this and that, and who was it? Somebody with a lot of money. And then they seem to forget about God in this whole little atmosphere. And then rich people have so much money and they bless other people. They bless Africa, other people, and they say it's God. But no, I mean, you can't sit there and try to put God in something that you gave out from yourself because you have this and that, God gives the true blessings for us, Like, I don't know if this is making sense. I kind of want to just cut this off because now I feel like I'm not making any sense. But if you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm gonna continue explaining for you can know, because nobody should leave this video not knowing. But God really, it's him, and he will bless somebody that isn't as rich, so that the prideful people, now I'm saying it, the prideful people will be embarrassed, Like, they'll see those lower people like, like, you this and that, loser, poor, this and that. And God will really use those people and put them in the embarrassment to show who he truly is, and, his love, how empowering his love is. But it's just amazing. It's like you can't ever stop falling in love with God. Like, it's like you keep on falling and falling, falling forward, because we don't fall backwards. We keep on falling forward and forward, and it's just like you're learning all these new things. Like, learning with God is like you don't stop learning, you don't stop growing, and it's incredible. It's incredible the ways God works, but it's so sad how this world doesn't want to see that, they shut him out. And I mean, they're missing out. They're missing out on one awesome live true king, not all these false idols that people worship. But it's crazy because I wrote this like before I went to Power Up this past Monday, and Pastor kind of talked similar to it. Now that I'm looking back at my notes, I was like, wow, it's crazy how whenever like you're like really in the Bible, you'll be in the same mind as your brothers. And it's crazy because it's like, like your brothers and sisters in Christ, because he wants us to be all in one mind. Wow, I love this. It says, I wrote down, not it says, but I wrote down, stop eating your crumbs from fruits of 6 years ago. Stop giving the testimony when he healed you 3 years ago. What's God moving in your life right now? I'm so shocked because I wrote this like before the power up, and Pastor gave the message about this. I'm like completely blown away because I'm literally just coming back to my notes right now, because I started writing in a new notebook, and so I'm like on the like fresh start, this and that. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, people, they like to talk about their past so much, and they like to say like, yeah, like God did this fruitful thing this time, and it's like mainly whenever you like, you know these people, like you're like, well, I want to know what God has been doing in your life recently, because it's a good thing to know, it's a good thing to know that God's really blessing your brothers and sisters in Christ, and you want to see that, you want to hear it. Like those are good news to hear. And I wrote upon this because I was thinking a lot, because Quentin told me about a verse that was in the Bible, and it was talking about whenever we grow our good fruits, God picks them, and he, wherever God plants us, he picks the fruit for they can stay in that place and begin to grow other seeds and other people. So as God is picking our fruits, we need to continue growing. And like I said earlier, being with God is a growing process. You never stop, you keep on going up, and it's insane. And like you gotta keep on asking God for your fruits, even though you think your faith is okay. You gotta tell God, I need more faith than what I already have. I need more patience than what I already have. I need more loving than what I already have. You have to continue to ask for these things, because who else will provide them for you? Only God. You can't provide them for yourself. You can't try to buy books to teach you how to practice any of that stuff. You can't look YouTube videos on how can I be more patient? How can I be more this? Or, go to your friends or go to this and that, Go to God. He will provide those fruits for you. And I'm completely blown away about what's happening right now. But I just wanted to, probably felt like I talked a little bit more than what I should have. I don't know. I mean, it's like I said earlier, it's never enough with God. I remember we heard this preaching, and the title was either he is or he isn't, and that completely like rocked my beginning, because I started coming back to God whenever I heard that message, and I went to a special service. It completely like rocked my movement as a little baby coming back to God, and it was insane. Like that's something to live by, because it's either God isn't the true God in our eyes, in our lives. Either we're not going to live by that, or we are, and we're going to surrender to him and really follow his ways, really follow what the Bible tells us to do, because that's really what it's all about, being his follower, following the Bible, because that's what he left for us. And all of this, the miracles he does for us, the way he blesses us, and it's amazing. God is truly just the best. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys and just talk about God, because it's never just at a settle moment with him. And if you guys go to church, awesome, are into God, stay with him, keep on growing with him. And if Right now, y'all don't go to church. You know, you stopped going to church. You haven't ever been to church, you know? God is here to love anyone. And He wants everyone to be invited to the wedding. You just have to come to Him, and you have to really surrender to Him. And it's not an easy path. There's a lot to let go, and there's a lot to realize, because when it comes to this new life, you know, it's not all about you. But this is the best thing that somebody can receive in life. And I'm speaking from experience. When you experience everything else, you'll realize that this is the best thing. So, little cute hand sanitizer my mother-in-law gave me. And yeah, I just wanted to, you know, give you all a piece of word, talk to you guys. God bless you guys. Truly, I mean it from the heart. And if y'all like these videos, cool, awesome. If you don't, God bless you still. I hope God moves in everybody's lives. You know, God's here for everybody. But yeah, love you guys, and glad that you could be here on the Cole's channel. And Quentin sends y'all God blessing messages too. We love you. Amen.